You know, when I do all my adventure travel, I get asked all the time what kind of snake equipment that I use in the field. So I wanted to take a second and kind of talk about a couple of the key items that I use, and you probably see me holding these a lot in my hands while I'm walking through the jungle. Now, Craig from Millipedes and More and Stoney from Animal Equipment by Stoney, they hooked me up with some nice stuff. Been using these pieces of equipment for quite a while now. A couple of things that I look for is lightweight and durability, of course, a combination of both. Now this is called a Stump Ripper. This is carbon fiber shaft and a stainless steel end. This thing, I mean, this is super, super light. So I really don't even notice the weight at all. I can carry it all day long. Now, if you have something that weighs a couple of pounds, you know, after a few hours of carrying it, it actually does get pretty heavy. This thing is super strong. I could probably hang from this, and it could probably hold my body weight, but I like the fact that it's not a snake hook. It can be used like a snake hook, but if I had a big snake hook, I wouldn't be able to use it to like rip things up or actually insert a flat piece like this into a stone or a wood or whatever and kind of lift it out. So I really like this thing. This is great, super strong, super lightweight. The other thing that I use all the time are just the standard tongs. The thing that I really like about these is that there's a lock. So once you unlock it, then it releases the trigger here, and it works in this fashion. Now this particular one here is a little bit shorter than what I like, but it still does serve its purpose. If you have a big python or something by the tail, you know, you can always use it to just get a grip on the head or whatnot. Very wide area here for biting. Some of the other standard stainless products, they're too narrow. You break bones and all sorts of things, and it does a lot of damage to the animal. That's always a concern of mine. There's no sense coming out here and doing the things that you do if you're injuring everything along the way. So I'm always real careful about that. But this really wide gripping surface here, it not only gives you a really good grip on the animal, but it spreads the pressure in a wider, flatter area, so it actually doesn't do damage to the animal. It's really nice. And then when you're done, of course, you just lock it up like that, and then that way it's more linear and it packs easier. Now this is a newer product that they wanted me to give a try here. This is called the Hydra snake tong. Super lightweight. It has a lock which releases the trigger, and then it works in this fashion. There are some tension bands here, and I experimented with them. If you make them too tight, it does not get a good grip. So a slightly looser tension on the bands, it actually provides a really good grip on smaller animals. The length is good because with something like this, you're going to be working with smaller snakes, maybe getting them out of trees or whatnot, or venomous and that sort of thing. But they're really interesting. I really enjoy them. Unfortunately, this particular trip wasn't as snake-filled as I had hoped for, but we did use them on the farm, and they tend to work really well. So that's the Hydra Tongs. Had them with me the whole time, super lightweight, and they seem pretty durable. All these items get checked in my luggage, and they go through many flights, many conveyor belts, many cargo holds. They get, you know, crushed and smashed up with my luggage, just like anybody else's luggage, and they have done really well. I've never had anything break or bend or any issues at all whatsoever. So that's just basically a small description on the equipment that I like to use. You guys, when you go out, you may prefer a different item or whatnot, but I've tried a bunch, and these are my favorites. So big shout out, thank you so much to Craig and Stoney. You guys hooked me up again. I'll be taking these pieces of equipment on all my future trips. If you have any questions on how to order or how to get a hold of those guys, check out the description below. I'll be sure and put a link there, and at the end of the video also I'll give some credits. So anyway, that's it. Field handling equipment, adventure travel, it's a necessary tool. All right, thanks.